they're pushing this idea and trying to sell it as some kind of radical approach to like productivity and just getting as much done as possible, and this is what you need to do, like this formula for success. And it's I was just thinking about it, and everybody's just different, and everybody runs differently, and some people, they need that kind of structure. They need, like, hey, someone telling them, hey, wake up at 5, go to bed at 8:30, and so you can do what you got to do throughout the day. And after you get up 5, take a cold shower, whatever gets tied into that. And it's all just basically just structure, which is good, but there's nothing inherently good about the details. And what I mean by that is, if you wake up at 5 a.m., that sleep is coming from somewhere else. You got to go to bed a little bit early, right? So there's nothing mystical or magical about these times that they're spouting, or cold showers, or whatever. There are benefits to those things. I'm not saying there's not, but some people's just biochemistry is different. They work better later in the day, and for those people, it might be better to stay up a little later, work on their creative projects, as long as they don't have work in the morning or obligations to fulfill. Some people, 5 might work better, or 6 might work better because they have kids and they have to drop them off at school, and that's how they get done the things they need to get done before they have to fulfill these obligations. So the main point is that I'm trying to make is, don't get tied down in the details. And I've been over this in another video. It's not a one-size-fits-all project. And basically, it's been romanticized to the point of people making these in-depth videos that are getting millions of views, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just think it's a fad, meaning it's popular now, but not based on its merit. Some of the best, most influential people in the world had crazy schedules. Some of the most creative people would get up at midnight and knock out projects that they were really into throughout the night, and then go to sleep or take little naps. Like Einstein, I believe, could be wrong, was known to take short naps throughout the day between his work sessions. Prince, the musician, the same thing. He believed in sleep sporadically throughout the day. Hey, it's nap time, and those people are considered geniuses in their field. So all this to say, don't get bogged down into the details. If you're not waking up at 5, that's okay. Just get what you got to get done throughout the day, and don't be like, okay, here's what happens too, man. You get like, hey, I got to wake up at 5, and you don't make that time frame, right? Or something happens, or hey, I stayed up late, and you're like, well, I got to wake up at 5 no matter what, and then or 4:30, Jocko Willink pushes that, and it's just, what happens when you don't? Did you blast off your schedule? Do you feel guilty? Is it going to affect your day? Is it going to affect your psyche to a point of, well, now it's harder to get things done because, man, I didn't start off the day right. It didn't go perfectly. I didn't fall asleep at 8:30 because the baby was crying or whatever. I think if you hold yourself to a specific set of rules, you're setting yourself at a disadvantage to people that don't follow those rules and can just get stuff done around the things that need to get done anyways in their life. Like, hey, I stayed up late because there's a project I was passionate about. Okay, I'll sleep in a little bit later, just for an example, and then I'll start my day. And that, of course, does not apply if you have a set job. And I believe maybe the 5 a.m. work schedule would be very beneficial for people that have to go to work in the morning. Hey, let's just get that quick workout in, that cold shower in before all that, And I completely understand that. So I'm not speaking against that scenario specifically, and I'm not even speaking against it. I just don't want people to get the wrong idea, like, hey, you know, there's always fads that come and go, and this is just one of those things from the way I see it. If someone can point to some like a biological mechanism that makes 5 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. better than whatever for most people, then hey, you should definitely take that in consideration. But from lack of outside evidence and from my own experience, it just seems like when you bog yourself down with the details, it'll keep you from actually doing these things that need to get done. And if it's something you're passionate about, you'll find a way to do it, and it'll be on your own terms. I didn't say time terms. You need to just go ahead and take that first step. You know, as soon as you feel that urge and that intuition and that passion, but it'll be on your own terms as far as your schedule will naturally kind of fall in place and change throughout time. You'll learn things, you'll evolve, you'll grow. What might have worked for you last year doesn't work maybe next year, you know, and or this year. So don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to step outside the structure that everybody's telling is the best structure possible, because it's not true for everybody, and it might not be true for you. It might be, and if it is, great. You found your thing. But if not, don't beat yourself up. It is what it is, and it does have the tendency, I don't want to say cult is a strong word, but it lends itself to people that are easily buy into ideas, and then when they don't work out exactly how it's proposed in these very nicely edited videos or media and shared on social media, whatever, when it doesn't work out that way, it's easy to feel down about it. And I had a video about emotional introverts, and I consider myself definitely one of those. I would feel down, and I have felt down because I've bought into these kind of ideas. But don't hold yourself, these strict rules are not necessarily for everybody. That's all I want to say. And sometimes they can actually hold you back. Whether that be through just feeling bad if you miss a day, or miss your time frame, or hey, I didn't get my sleep. What does that mean for the rest of the day, you know? And okay, you can David Goggins it and push through, but why not just get that extra hour? That's all I'm saying. And then put your best self forward when you need it, when you're doing your work. Because your work requires your best self. Or maybe not require it, but you definitely want to be at your best presence possible, right? I don't know if you can see these ducks behind me, but I'm at a Texas duck pond right now. Nature is beautiful, and I just thought it was a perfect location to film, you know. And I got the red maple, I believe it's red maple, behind me. This is really cool. I think it's a Japanese tree there. But anyways, that's all I really have to say about that. If you have any questions, let me know. If I didn't explain something, or if you disagree, let me know, because I'm open to change as well, as I believe everybody should be, you know. And that's kind of the point of this video, is don't be afraid to change, step out of these routines that are being pushed heavily. And I just think it's kind of a fad thing, you know. It works for some people, and it might work for a lot of people, but not everybody. Don't be afraid to break the rules or make your own rules. That's all I have to say. Love you guys. See you next time.